to deliver the keynote address at an official event.
Well, we're coming live to you from the Union Buildings here in Pretoria, where the 60th anniversary of the Women's Day March is happening. Remember that exactly 60 years ago, some 10,000 to 20,000 women marched through the streets of this area here in Pretoria to the Union Buildings to make sure that their voices are heard. But something quite significant of what happened on that day is that it was also a silent march for about an hour, a silent protest. They stood outside the Union Buildings, but their message was loud and clear. And as I said, we're coming live to you from the Union Buildings, and right now I'm surrounded by very, very beautiful women from South Africa's military force, as well as the Navy and the Air Force. They'll be part of the military force who will be having a parade later on this afternoon, where President Jacob Zuma is expected to deliver the keynote address, and of course Minister of Arts and Culture Natim Tetwa is expected to be the director. I'm not alone today, I'm with my colleague Patricia. Patricia, what can you tell me from where you're standing right now?
Well, thank you so much, Aldrin. Of course, I think it would be befitting to start off by saying halala bafazi, halala. It is a beautiful day indeed, a day that is packed and filled with South Africa's beautiful women from all races, as of course we mark this milestone that traces back exactly 60 years since the women of South Africa came together as a united force, and of course they faced the apartheid government head on, and they marched exactly to the citadel of apartheid right here at the Union Buildings, and that way they united and they put their foot together. We know that day in of course the history of South Africa marked the official tipping point. It also paved the way to freedom and democracy. Of course this year we also know that we're also celebrating 22 years of democracy, 22 years of also, the further efforts of the total emancipation of women in South Africa. And this event here today that marks the 60-year anniversary is right there, of course, to seal in the foundation of the essence of women in South Africa. So a filled, packed, of course, a program that awaits with a lot of leaders. As, of course, Aldrin had already said, President Jacob Zuma is expected to deliver the keynote address. And, of course, the Minister of Arts and Culture, Natim Tetwa, will lead the program. We also expect, of course, the Minister of Social Development, who's also the head of the ANC Women's League, and that is Batabile Dlamini, to also, make certain remarks in the program. And of course, the former head of that is the former head of the AU, that is Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, who will also be giving us some remarks on the program. So of course a filled program here at the Union Buildings. But while we wait for the program to gain momentum and for the leaders to arrive, of course they are marching from the Lillian Ngoyi Square, where we saw, of course, the unveiling of those statues this moment. So they are marching to the Union Buildings. While we wait for them to arrive, let's give back to the studio.
Women in South Africa are seen to be making strides in both their home and their workspace.